why she jumped?
Good morning, class. Ancient Rome was one of the most powerful, most technologically advanced societies in the world. Also, one of the most violent. Now, can someone tell me what the Colosseum was?
Oh, my parents saw it on a cruise they went on last year.
Awesome. What was it? Awesome. Way?
Colosseum, amphitheater in Rome.
Wade scores! Yes, it is the amphitheater in Rome. Thank you, Wade. Now, the Colosseum was the mecca of all entertainment. Let's say you wanted to go and see two warriors fighting.
Yeah.
Where would you sit?
Sitting. I'd be fighting in the middle of the arena.
Yeah. That's a beast. Okay. Nick.
Box seats, wherever the Emperor's at.
Okay. Carrie.
Guess that makes me queen. Or empress. No way, I'm sitting in the last section.
Totally. I get it. Totes. All right. Anyone else? Max.
Oh, I'd probably just be...
Yeah, Max, he'd be in the middle of the Coliseum, wetting his pants.
Yeah, I'd kick his butt.
Well, as a gladiator, you'd have many opponents to fight.
Sure would.
Yeah, with one big difference.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
No, you said something. What was the difference?
Well, they fought to the death.
Blondie's right. They fought to the death because they were the lowest class.
What?
Well, most of them were prisoners of war. Slaves, criminals, or just people that the Romans used to torture. They had no choice. It was either fight or die. Throughout the Colosseum, crowds roared, and people flocked to see the latest fight. Remind you of anything today?
Boxing.
Battles we gather to watch. Anything else?
American football.
Yes, Way.
Movies?
That's very insightful, Carrie. See, violence is as much as a part of our society today as it was in ancient Rome. Now, we may not literally kill people for entertainment anymore, but we do flock to death and suffering. You ever rubberneck on the side of the road to see an accident? When someone's house goes up in flames, why do we rush to film it on our cell phones? You ever leave a negative comment online or spread a rumor for all the world to see? I know we talk about the Romans and how they really delighted in the bloodshed, but I think the real question today for us here is this. Why do we take so much delight in watching other people suffer? History is always in the making. What will your history be?
Dude. You spend way too much time on your costumes.
Carrie, how long did it take you to pick out your clothes this morning?
I changed a couple of times, maybe 20 minutes.
Girls.
Not just girls. Nick, if I'm not mistaken, you're wearing a shirt from one of those guy boutiques.
What?
You act like you just picked whatever shirt it is you wanted out of your closet. And I'm willing to bet you paid, what, $50 for it?
It was 70, so?
Well, doesn't it mean something? What we wear every day? I mean, maybe not a lot, but we think about it. It's a part of us, part of our culture, part of our history. Come on. Since the early age of knights, we've often had romantic notions of how wonderful these men were. Riding in on white horses, rescuing damsels in distress. But who were they? Well, most knights were sons of aristocrats, noble upper-class families. Anyone ever heard of chivalry?
Like when you open the door for a girl?
How would he know? It's not like any girl's gonna get that close to him anyways.
Yeah, that's what it's become today. It's been watered down. Guess what?
Chivalry, the rules and customs of medieval knighthood.
Yes, it was a code of conduct for the knights. Honesty, obedience to God, loyalty to king and country, humility and charity.
What a drag.
Knights were protectors of the weak. They were warriors, not just for battle's sake, but to protect. Wouldn't you want to become a knight today?
Not really.
Why not?
What's the point of being a great knight if that's all you do?
A knight stood on the battlefield and in society as an example of what a man should be. Protectors of the weak and defenseless, and warriors against monsters who threaten this land.
Lame.
You know, that's what all the wannabe knights said. They were too busy being monsters instead of protectors.
Maybe. If a knight broke this code of conduct, it was considered treason.
No wonder they're not around anymore.
Actually, they are. But they're knights in titles rather than armor. But even though the armor is gone, a knight's ideals should always remain in fashion. History is always in the making. And what will your history be? Washington's army was a ragtag group of British soldiers. They didn't have the training, the food, or the equipment of the British. So 3 months prior, he issued a general order to his command. Instant to be observed. As a day of fasting, humiliation, and prayer, humbly to supplicate the mercy of Almighty God, that it would please and pardon all manifold sins and transgressions, and to prosper the arms of the United Colonies, and finally establish the peace and freedom of America upon a solid and lasting foundation.
Hey, wait. This isn't church, dude.
An astute observation.
What's with all the God stuff?
I'm quoting Washington. Religion was a part of life, and therefore a part of history. Now, the British and the Americans were building their forces to battle on Long Island, and it appeared that the British were going to beat the Americans badly. The British sent their ships to cut off an escape route. All they had to do was trap Washington, make him surrender, and the whole revolution would be over. Think of the despair the American troops must have felt. Was God against them? Was their whole fight in vain now? Think of your own lives. Have you ever had something challenge you? Made your life completely unbearable? Did you think it was the end of the world? Well, it wasn't the end of the world for Washington. He made his troops ready to escape. But in daylight, on that island, the British could easily see them and corner them. But then a fog came. It came and stayed until the sunlight came up and hid the American troops, and they escaped unnoticed. Because of this fog, the American cause was saved once again. See, history teaches us that we can't just despair. Hope may yet come. Better things may lie ahead. History is in the making. What will your history be? I've always been fascinated by history. I mean, we read these emotionless passages out of these textbooks about some battle or some event, but if you really think about it, you have to be there to understand the context, you know? People's lives were affected from the outcome.
You're really passionate about this, huh?
Yeah, well, My passion drives my administration insane. I don't follow the book from front to back, you know? I'd rather focus on the topic, the message.
Message?
Yeah. The real message that history can teach us. History's not just about dates and facts. The real lesson in history is what we can learn in hindsight. That way kids can take it and personalize it, and figure out how do they feel about it today.
Wow.